hear this wind, but it's been blowing like this all night long. I mean, sustained 30 plus mile an hour winds in the forest when you're sleeping in a tent. It's a tad unnerving. This fire is not that far away, and with these winds, there's no telling what it's doing today. I thought I heard helicopters all night. I'm sure they're not flying at night or in these winds. It is wicked. I'm doing the morning bear vault ritual. There is bears up here. There she is. Right there. Anyway, we got a couple of options today. There's another big storm moving in. So I guess we'll know more shortly. There's our tent over there. We're breaking it down and hit the road. We had one of these walls around our campsite last night. It's 8:15. We left camp at 8:07, which seems to be our typical departure time. It was so, I probably already said that, so windy last night. Anyway, hoping to get a glimpse of this fire. I think it's to our left. And surely it kicked up last night. That's all the wind we had. Right out of the gate, we did a steep ascent, about 100 feet, quickly. So like I mentioned earlier, we have a couple options. I believe it's Saturday. First option is to go to another hostel that's close by. I got a resupply box going there. See if we can slack pack before the storm, or we just go shelter to shelter, which I think is relatively doable. I gotta loosen this belt, my hips are throbbing. Like, how many guys did it take to put that stone in there between the two gates? Anyway, I don't really know what we're doing yet, so I'm kind of playing it by ear. Here's where we cross through the wall. This is obviously some sort of a Civil War thing, if not earlier. looks fake, doesn't it? Looks fake. I can't tell you how great this fire maple stove is. They're relatively inexpensive, and they got this windshield on the bottom. It helps break up the wind. I went to Maple, what's it say over there? Maple Fire? Or
Fire Maple.
FireMaple.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I wasn't gonna spend $160 on a jet boil or whatever. These things are, I think I got the pot and the stove for $60 or something. Anyway, if you're into this kind of camping, you might want to check it out. This is like the third time I've done this now, and it's really starting to frustrate me. I go to make a video, and it's in photo, and I hit the button, and it just snaps a picture, and I talk for 5 minutes, only to realize I gotta do it all over again. So, what I was talking about was these trail angels that God puts in our path as we move along on our journey. You know, this trail, this journey is full of logistics between making sure we don't get caught out here in storms, wildfires, making sure we have enough food at the proper time so we're not carrying too much weight like we did in the beginning. And, you know, we just stayed at a Trail Angel's house for a couple days. Chuck and Judy, they wouldn't take a dime from us. They drove us all around town, and we did take them out to dinner one night, but, you know, and then while I was there, heading into this section that we're in now with not a lot around as far as towns, a woman named Dell and her husband Dan posted on a Appalachian 2025 Thru-Hike page on Facebook stating that they lived in the area and they're retired and they want to become trail angels, but they don't necessarily know the proper channels to go through. So I contacted her like, we're going to be in there tomorrow, that section, for probably the next week. And we started chatting, and I sent a package through the mail to a hostel that's about 8 miles away from where we are now. There was another logistics mistake. I should have sent it farther down, but I mean, where do you send it? So they're going to pick up a can of gas for our stove right now as we speak. And then they're gonna meet us at this pickup point. And if our package is not there, they're gonna come back and pick it up, and then we'll rendezvous farther down the trail in a couple days when we really need it, which will afford us to stay on trail longer and afford us to stay more efficient and spend less money on hostels. So it's just amazing to me how God lays all this out. You know, and I get anxious and worry, and He's got it. You know, He's got the plans, and you know, it says in the Bible, anything we ask for in Jesus' name. It doesn't mean anything we ask. And I think it also comes down to a level of belief. Do I believe? If I believe, how much do I believe? I think that's the Laurel Spring. Is there water there? It looks like it's flowing. It's got all kinds of bugs on it. Yeah. Keep going. So, anyway, I'll wrap this up for now. It's big. That's the plan. I mean, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I go get them.
You didn't think about that, huh?
Water don't get no better than that. Water out of the ground. One of these big rocks. It's 4:30. We've gone 9.5 miles. We chatted with our trail angels for about an hour and a half. They brought us 2 club sandwiches and a pizza and some bananas and a bunch of Diet Coke and some nuts. And we made arrangements to bail out on Monday morning and ride out the storm at their house. Just, you know, a divine appointment. Really, I was talking about it earlier. You know, seems like when we surrender and let go, and I don't let go all the time, I take it back all the time. The control, I'm just not very good at fully, unless I'm forced to. But I gotta continue to let it go and surrender. And surrender and surrender and surrender. And when I do, God paves the way with these trail angels and these just amazing people He puts in our path. Anyway, today, big challenge, a lot of rock, Had to keep our head down. Probably 8 of the 9.5 miles we did today. We're about, I don't know, half a mile, maybe a mile away from our shelter. And I just, we both talked about quitting today. It was tough. It's really warm. It's the first warm day we've had up here. Our clothes are salty from the sweat. My pants are, and I should really be wearing shorts. If it's like this tomorrow, I will. Although I said that yesterday too. But there's a big storm coming Monday. I mean, they've been talking about it now for several days. And what I experienced last night at 3,300 feet with the wind, I don't want anything like that. So, we'll zero on the Monday and ride out the storm and hang out with these angels. That God is put in our path. And ooh, look at this trail. This trail is nice and soft. And you can just get me warm fuzzies all over. Anyway, I don't think I recorded a ton today because of the technicality of the hike. I think we're doing our last downhill. I'm guessing that's Free Ridges out there in front of us, which is a 4,000 footer. We'll do that tomorrow. Go down to the shelter, and then we got a short hike to get out in the morning, Monday, hopefully before the storm. Anyway,